Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Justin, and we are here with another Patreon request. Let's see, we have another gold tier Patreon sponsored episode, which we'll be watching Gosenzo-sama Banbanzai, which translates to Long Live the Ancestors. This episode is being sponsored by Henry, who you may have recall had previously sponsored Kino's Journey. So once again, thank you to Henry for sponsoring this. Let's see, some tidbits from Henry on why they requested this, and I apologize if any of this comes out of context. I'm just kind of like quick browsing the things you had mentioned that'd be worthwhile repeating. They wanted to request a Mamoru Oshii anime, which is apparently known for super serious stuff like Ghost in the Shell or Angel's Egg. Aside from basically inventing the OVA with Dalos, sorry, I don't know who Dalos is, not explained, his work in comedic anime is also not to be ignored. Henry has expressed their love for OVAs, for allowing the creators more freedom, and also for being short most of the time. They've said this is pretty much the quintessential OVA, next to perhaps Fooly Cooly, because it's definitely a contender for most creative anime ever made. There's nothing like this anime, nothing even comparable. It is wholly unique. But unlike Fooly Cooly, Gosenzo is very wordy, and not all of it will immediately make sense. So one really needs to pay attention.
Understood.
But yeah, that's basically all we got. I know I've never heard of it, and I'm working on the assumption if I've never heard of it, you've probably never heard of it.
Yeah, no, that's a fair assumption.
Okay. Well, that said, I think we should just go ahead and get on into it.
But before we get started,
Make sure that you hit the like button.
hit that subscribe button.
Comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered,
Uncensored.
And uncut.
as well as some early access stuff,
You can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
風薫る季節の訪れとともに沖縄列島、インド、ニューギニアなどから日本列島に飛来し、その鳴き声で初夏を告げる鳥。
Oh, I'm already gonna have a problem.
おお、格好よ。
The way that they're forming their sentences to put, like, the subject at the end is gonna mess me up trying to keep track of shit.
ワーズワースにたたえられたその鳴き声とともに、この鳥はその一風変わった繁殖法によっても広く知られている。
Okay.
放卵するホウジロオオヨシキリの巣に忍び寄り、親鳥が巣を離れたと見るや、一気にこれに舞い降りて、あっという間に己の卵を産みつける。
Oh, is it a cuckoo that does that?
しかもこの時、
I knew it was a specific bird that does it. I didn't know which one
家
it
主
was.
の卵を一つ失敬することも忘れない。この間わずか10秒の早技であります。さらにそのヒナ殻を破りや直ちに他の卵を巣の外へ。親鳥の運ぶ餌の独占を図ろうという下に恐ろしきは
Actually, it's pretty bad. I mean, only from the sense that the first bird removed one egg when it deposited one egg, keeping everything the same.
That's messed up.
So the hatchling getting rid of all the other eggs doesn't make any more logical sense.
Uh-huh.
You know, from other than the aspect of getting fed more.
Yeah.
悪い親でも良い子を望む子に引かさるる後ろ髪日暮れに帰る親子鳥親にはぐれたアホ鳥親なし鳥の
And we just brought up an albatross last Gundam Seed episode.
人の命と草の露すまねえ泣くんじゃねえよと思ったかどうか鳥ならぬこの身に知るやしもないというたくらんの一石でありました
Well, if not for the fact that I had to gather some resources for this overlay, this horrible overlay that I put together, I know that this is not a story about a bird. I had to guess. I would assume that this is
Am
some
I in an
story.
elevator right now?
I would have to assume this is a story about a kid who gets adopted and his mother coming back. Or, given the fact that this is the cuckoo, that this is a mother who forced her child into someone else's home and is coming back or something.
Maybe? Vesicle.
Not exactly sure what the static is meant to imply.
So the only thing this opening has given me is I'm in an elevator in the 80s.
Mm. I mean, the opening isn't really giving me... The opening lyrics, though, just isn't giving me a lot of... I'm sure I wish it was one of those things I could pay more attention to, but... I apologize, Henry. We had some sort of background shit we're also dealing with.
Real life, unfortunately. That's a cool building.
I'm assuming this is sponsored by a camera company. Well, I think it was like Kodak that was on the blimp.
Yes. Okay.
So it's either gonna be that woman or it's gonna be a bird.
What are we looking for?
なんか見えるかい？黄色い花が見えたと思ったんだけど。
Oh, it's that woman then.
花？見えたと思ったんだけど、見えなくなった。もしかしたら初めから見えなかったのかもしれない。見えた気がしただけで。どうも。さあ、父さんには分からないな。そりゃ分からんだろうさ。見ていたの俺であってあんたじゃない。従ってそれはお前が自分自身で結論を出すべ
It's
き
the kid from Paranoid Agent. Little slugger. Also, his joints look like he's a
素晴
doll.
らしい天気だよ父さん。そのようだね。素晴らしい天気
Yeah,
だ
I'm
よ。
definitely getting Pinocchio vibes.
埋め立て地のセイタカアワダチソウも久しぶりの暖かい日を浴びて揺れている。今頃街では長かった冬の上着を脱ぎ捨てて華やいだ衣装を身につけた少女たちがウィンドウショッピングを楽しみながら爽やかな青年が声をかけてくるのを待っているんだ。僕には彼女たちのその誘うようにコロコロと弾ける笑い声まで聞こえるようだよ。お前も出かけたらどうだい？父さんたちに気兼ねはいらないよ。
Dad and Mom, I thought you were... Oh, you are Dad. Never mind. That was a confusing way to say that.
お前らしくもない。父さんたちのことなら分かってるよ。今朝洗面所で会った時、ほら、いつものようにトイレの奪い合いをしたあの時、父さんが捨ててこ姿で脇の下に分厚い日曜版を抱えているのを見て分かったんだ。ああ、父さんは今日一日家でゴロゴロする気だなって。犬丸、父さんは分かってるってば。父さんは
Okay.
毎日遅くまで働いて疲れてるんだ。たまの休日ぐらい思う存分ゴロ寝しておならして
It's a kid that doesn't get attention.
スポーツ番組を見て無意に過ごしたからって。おじんだの無気力だの生ゴミだの。誰にも言わせやしないとそう思っているさ。今朝目覚めた
He
時。
works late. How is he a lazy pile of rubbish?
今日という日は僕にとってはいつもと。
Yeah, I don't think that actively describes any of those things.
他の日ならいざ知らず、今日は決して何か面倒を起こしたり厄介事を持ち込んだりしちゃいけない日だって。だから旅立ちの日を迎えた家出少年のように家を抜け出して、父さんに今日という日をプレゼントできたら素敵じゃないだろうかって。なぜしなかったのかね。そうしたかったんだけど、小遣いがないんだ。しかも1000も。ないって？しかしまだ月始めじゃないのか？昨日駅前のブティックで見てしまったんだ。メンズビギの春物のセーター。そりゃ素敵な色だったよ。そう、一斉に咲き乱れるセイタカアワダチソウの花の燃え上がるような黄色の。
Vehicles possible.
残念だけどとても手が出なかったよ。
It could also be something to do with like clothing.
母さんはもちろん父さんに頼んでもそう簡単には OK してもらえないと思って。それで隣の運動用具店で有り金はたいてこの金属バットを買ったんだ。
I feel like there was an implication there that I didn't pick up.
Same. Because I thought it was a paper, but then it sounded like ceramic.
No. I meant like maybe all that he was talking about getting a present for his dad or making a mess for his dad now involved the bat. I don't know.
Maybe?
たとえ自分が傷ついても決して人に手をあげたりはできない。時に父である私が歯がゆくなるほどに。でも父さんには分かっていたよ。天使のような少年がやがて己の内なる暴力衝動に目覚め、一匹の獣と化して私の前に立つ日が来ること。だから私も買っておいたんだよ、犬丸。あの駅前のブティックの隣の運動用具店で。このメタルフェイスのドライバーを。背の親父は私にこう言ったよ。その破壊力においてメタルフェイスのドライバーは金属バットに勝ると。それはまさに悪魔のささやきだった。
I mean, it's not true though.
No, not at all. That being said, the driver would have more speed.
Doesn't matter. It's a one-use weapon, basically, especially against a metal bat.
Oh yeah, no.
As
metal
Imaru there had just literally said himself. 3 syllables, just like that kid's name.
Indeed appears to be so.
あら、あなた、そこで何をしてらっしゃるの？
あ、いや、いいんだ。機器は回避された。
はい。誰かしら今頃。あなた、申し訳ないけど出てくださらない？私ったら昨日夜更かししたんでまだこんな格好だし。犬丸いないの？おはよう母さん。素晴らしい天気だよ。
Say parts of his body were under the door frame. Well, I guess it is an elevated door frame now that I can see the body.
Yeah.
父さんも母さんもこのありさまだし、お前出てちょうだい。
僕もこんなありさまだけど。
Oh, that door hit you on my way out? Can you please go check the other door?
日曜のこんな時間にかい？
犬丸の友達。
予定はないけどあれじゃない？お隣さんだとか。
母さんがご近所付き合い嫌いなの知ってるでしょ。だからここに越してきたんじゃないの。
This is a really unique art style.
I don't know if that's unique. I'm still dealing with the fact that they seem to have, like, I don't know, action figure ligaments? But I'm trying to figure out then, does that mean that they're actually in a dollhouse and this is all, like, metaphor, or... Oh, no. Sorry, they zoomed in on the elbow there real quick, and that elbow looked just like horrific. It wasn't a doll's arm, it was just a horrific looking arm.
はっきり見える黄色い花だ。
A yellow flower. Yes, because that's what you should do when you ring in someone's doorbell. Stand in such a way that your hat blocks the view.
どう振る舞えばいいか分かっているわね。
分かってるよ母さん。
決してドアを
It's
開
the
け
kind of automatic door hinge thing that I only see in like
不
hotels.
用意な好奇心を示し会話を交わさないこと。その小さな覗き穴から見える微笑がどんなに誠実そうに見えても、インターホンから流れる声がどんなに涼やかに響いても騙されてはダメ。あの人たちはそのドアを開けるためなら何だってするんだから。そして一度開けたが最後、敵中に舞い降りて橋頭保を確保する空挺部隊のように頑強に抵抗を重ねて退くことを知らないんだから。
Mama crazy.
好意でも歓迎でもなく、と言って露骨な警戒心を見せるでもなく、こちらのパーソナリティを見透かされることのない匿名のそっけなさで。
どなたですか？
そして相手の過剰な敵意や憎悪を引き出さぬよう平静に、しかし断固として。
せっかくですがまたにしてください。どうも。
Dude's perched on this door like there's a glory hole in it.
でも
何なの？
この小さな覗き穴からはどんな微笑みより鮮やかな
Yeah.
花が見えるし。
Well, it seems like he's been watching this person very closely.
Well, no, remember he thought he saw them outside in the grass field thing.
I know, but it seems like he holds some sort of level of connection to them that's one-sided. At least at this point.
Like, you don't remember the whole cuckoo thing from the very beginning? So I understand it could be his real mom.
Oh.
It does really give the heavy feel of a one-man play.
Yeah.
Especially with the mother's voice being disembodied from the distance.
何の話をしているの？
待ってちゃダメなんだ。こんなところで分かりきった具劇を演じて、何から訪れを待ち続けたって。
Surprised they stopped ringing the doorbell, considering how consistent they were with it before.
僕自身が出ていかなければ、僕の物語は始まりやしないんだ。
だから何の話をしているのよ。
だからさ、はっきり言ってもうやけくそなんだよ。俺はこの腐りきったホームドラマの脇役でなく、自分自身の物語の主役を演じたいとそう言ってるんだよ。そうさ。
Oh, snap.
出かけようとしたんだ。この素晴らしい天気の日曜日にあの川向こうの街角へ。そのためにはどうしてもあのセーターが必要だったんだ。昨日
Okay, so it was closed then. It wasn't a car. It's a real.
そりゃあ素敵な色だったよ。
It was a pullover.
Yeah.
A 26,000 yen pullover.
He's giving vibes of kid who's never left the house.
Well, we've seen the outside. This building, 28,000, get it wrong. This building is the only thing in the area.
Mm-hmm.
それなのに父さんはメタルフェイスのドライバーを、それも同じあの店であのブティックの隣の運動用具店の悪魔的親父から買って隠し持っていたんだ。すべてはぶち壊しじゃないか。僕の気持ちなんか少しも分かってくれやしないんだ。やめて犬丸。
Oh. I love this art style so much.
Or did he have a kid and this is his sister?
Noble ancestor? Time for what?
It does say Kodak.
Yeah.
So maybe she's the cuckoo? Not the mother figure? I was right. I mean, I was right about possibly him being the cuckoo thing.
Yeah.
Not the son, but the father? But how, though? He doesn't seem that old.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm getting it. She's the baby, but she's not his baby. She's the I'm dropping this into your nest baby.
Got it.
So if I'm gonna believe the narrator, she's gonna try and throw him out somehow.
Yep.
I mean, to be fair though, how did she know your name? Your name's not on the door. It just says Yamato on the door.
Well, he did say, his dad said he's a high school student.
My interpretation was that she said his name before she even knocked on the door.
No, 100%. But in this argument series, the father mentioned that he's a high school student, which means it could have been known because of that.
Could have been anything. Which is what the narrator has already proposed.
I'm happy that I don't know what it is.
I've seen that anime already. It features a time-traveling microwave and a lot of bananas.
That sounds bananas.
Sorry, tell me this, I don't remember the name of that anime. It's Steins Gate, for anyone who's interested.
可能性という言葉は無限定に使われるべきではありません。常識的かつ日常的、すなわち現実的な範疇でこそ使われるべきであって、タイムマシンだのタイムトラベルだの、そういった SF 的かつファンタスティックな設定を現実的であるべき家庭内のドラマに持ち込むことは、この私が許しません。
In fairness, this has been a family drama, so.
いいでしょう。ではあなたの主張を認め。
Indeed.
1、2と3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、11、12、13、14、15、16、17、18、19、20、21、22、23、24、25、26、27、28、29、30、31、32、33、34、35、36、37、38、39、40、41、42、43、44、45、46、47、48、49、50、51、52、53、54、55、56、57、58、59、60、61、62、63、64、65、66、67、68、69、70、71、72、73、74、75、76、77、78、79、80、81、82、83、84、85、86、87、88、89、90、91、92、93、94、95、96、97、98、99、100、101、102、103、104、105、106、107、108、109、110、111、112、113、114、115、116、117、118、119、120、121、122、123、124、125、126、127、128、129、130、131、132、133、134、135、136、137、138、139、140、141、142、143、144、145、146、147、148、149、150、151、152、153、154、155、156、157、158、159、160、161、162 100歩譲ってあなたが近未来からタイムマシンでやってきたよもた家の末裔であるという可能性を認めるとして、あなた自身の手でその事実を証明しなさい。それができない場合は直ちにこの場を去ること。いいわね。
This is giving me very serious, unfortunate events.
未来に起こる事実を証明するなんて不可能です。
そんなロジックにはもう騙されないわ。口先一つ何とでもなります。証明が無理なら証拠を見せなさい。
証
そう、あなたが未来からやってきたことを示す唯一の証拠、タイムマシ
拠？タイムマシンを？
ン。そう、タイムマシンよ。
To be fair, so far the mother is my favorite character. She's actually interacting with the story. Everyone else has made the story about them.
私を運んだタイムマシン。私を乗せて時の流れを乗り切った。あれが私のタイムマシン。
The Kodak Olymp?
Love that.
I mean, the first time we saw this building, the blimp was there, so we don't know if it was there before or she arrived or not.
子供騙しも大概に惜しい。あの飛行船のどこがタイムマシンだというの？
時間と校舎には犯してはならない一つの掟があります。それは過去の歴史に介入してその未来を変えてしまうこと。私たちはこれを歴史不介入の原則と呼んでいます。タイムマシンの秘密を守り、
What you
過去を
might
未
be
来から
breaking.
守るためにも、タイムマシンはそれと分かる形であってはならないのです。それは様々な形をとって、この時代の風景の中に潜んでいます。
Like a TARDIS. No, wait. The exact opposite of a TARDIS.
そしてまたある時、
おだまり。下崎さんずん言葉の遊び、証拠がないならこの場からいねえ。
あります。証拠はあります。目で見、手で触れることのできる確かな証拠。でも、それを見せたら、私をこの家に置いていただけると。
おいよ、主婦に二言はない。フォ、フォ、フォ、フォ。
Those legs are weird.
The music.
それはまさしくよもたけ直系の証。五毛星の猛虎派。
I was gonna say it's gonna be a birthmark or something. I'm guessing that's a fucking birthmark.
Yeah.
成人しても決して消えることのないよもたけの証。私の名はよもたまろこ。父の名は犬丸。父の父の名は犬丸。そしてそのまた父の名前はキネクニ。
Also implies that this idiot has a kid and names him after himself.
Yeah.
ひ孫のマロコでございます。
やめて！あなた、その娘を追い出してちょうだい。それができないのなら私がこの家を出ます。
民子。この子はよもたけのものだ。この家のものだ。分かってくれ。
I'm appreciative of this recommendation, even though it's a strange one.
お尻のあざ一つ、長年連れ添い駒でなした私がお尻のあざ一つに負けるなんて。
She said she'd leave.
Yep.
悪い女に気をつけて。さよなら、あなた。お体を大事に。飲みすぎに注意してね。よもたの家に嫁いで20年。私は犬丸の母であり、あなたの妻でありながら、結局よもたの人間にはなれなかった。でも私は決して追われてこの家を出ていくのではありません。一人の女として、元の八甲田民子としてこの家を見限るのです。必ず帰ってきます。 あなたや犬丸を取り戻すためによもたの家と戦うためにその時まで犬丸あなたはしばしのお別れです。
Again, still my favorite character. She's at least interacting with
She's
and
going to
creating
start...
story. I mean, yeah, she's not going to be around very much. I assume she's going to be our
to start her training.
Vantage character.
It's taking so long. I love it.
Okay, so she's evil. Didn't know that, narrator. Unless that was the cuckoo thing. In which case,
I
she's
think that's
still
the cuckoo
not
thing.
real. Well, I mean, the star on the asshole thing would make you believe it's real, though. I mean, unless this dude's been running around town flashing his ass at everyone, how'd you know?
Fair enough.
I will say, though, to something that Henry said, that this was a hard-to-follow show. Unless it's going to get more difficult later, I don't think it's that hard to follow, because they kind of, like, quadruple down on everything that they say. Like, they say one thing, and then they'll say it 4 more times before they let it go, so...
I think we're going to be dealing with unreliable narrators.
I mean, that's a different thing.
But I think the hard is going to come from a lot... What's being said won't be true, but some of it will be.
母タミコの衝撃的出奔に続き第二の試練となるかタイムパトロールムルト文明の出現歴史不介入の原則とはそして不純血縁交友の罪とは何か次回ご先祖様万々歳第2話主治肉林主治肉林にこうご期待
Yeah, well, the time guy shows up, then her story is true, so that's already eliminating what you just said. Unreliable narrator where stuff isn't true. Well, next episode's proving that stuff is true.
No, it's not. Does not eliminate what I said. I just said where some of the stuff isn't true.
Sure, but we haven't gotten any of that.
I'm just trying to understand what the show's doing. As cool as it was, and as unique as it was.
I mean, I'm not confused. I mean, the most confusing thing would be the opening. The opening narrator doing the whole cuckoo story, because it sets me up for expecting that one of these things is going to be the cuckoo thing, and I guess if I'm searching for it and like trying to make it happen, then yeah, that either Imaru there is the cuckoo's baby, or the girl here is going to be the cuckoo's baby, or maybe the mother turns out to have been the cuckoo's mother. But my point being is that without that, I don't expect that. And without searching for that, I have no problem with the story, because it is a family drama, now with an element of Steins Gate attached. And that's all. Maybe if you've seen Steins Gate, this isn't that hard to follow, or even conceptualize. I know there are a lot of people out there that have a hard time with time travel stories. So if this turns out to be an actual time travel story, it's very much feeling in the vein of Steins Gate, which would have... I don't know when this came out. Here, you talk for a second while I see when this came out.
Got it. Yeah, the art style really set it off, and the family drama is the exact way I would describe that. But it was like family drama scaled up to 11 and twisted like 45 degrees.
Alright, this came out in 1990. Steins Gate came out in 2011. So 21 years after this. I'm not saying this is like Steins Gate. Steins Gate
Mhm.
is a completely different story. I'm just saying there is an element from Steins Gate that if you watch Steins Gate, you're with me here. I'm not going to say it for Justin's sake. The Justin rule is in effect here. Um, there's an element in Steins Gate that very much would match this if this is true, which is why I'm not thrown at all. And there's that kind of story is easy to understand. The only thing that I think could possibly throw me in here is the various different types of storytelling. Like I said, there's Emaro's one-man show in front of the door, which is basically just going over one, things he talked about with his dad earlier, two, the interaction he just had with his dad, three, the looking out over the fields and seeing the girl with the yellow flowers on her hat from previous, his thoughts about being alone. It's very much just going over past things, adding something new, and then having a new interaction. The whole mother scene coming in and talking about who this girl could possibly be was the first time past. That's when the shop owner sold me this golf club. That something new had happened in the episode. It was just like four things happened, and we went over them for 10 minutes apiece, it felt like.
Yeah. It was very much beating us over the head with information.
Yeah. So yeah, favorite parts, the dad, son, and that's why I thought I would make this a fun day for you, Dad, and that's why I went out and bought this bat. Well, that's why I went out and bought this club. You know, that was a little fun interaction. And then the mom, you know, the 100 steps of advantage, and all that. Those were my favorite bits.
Yeah, the mom was definitely subtle, and it was used very tastefully, but I prefer the dad.
Alright, you have anything else you want to add to this before we wrap up?
I do not.
Okay. Well, once again, I have been Theta, this has been Justin, we've been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?